going to be one of those, isn't
It might be one of those.
Good morning. Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's not Tuesday.
It is not a Tuesday.
No, it's not. It's Wednesday morning. And this morning on my way in, all the posts on Facebook, everything that I saw was, has anybody seen if the Bella Box went live yet?
I looked first thing when I woke up and it has not yet.
So
I just have to point out, you got really cute glasses on.
Thank you.
And I know you guys can't see, but they have fries on them.
They do. They're my they're like snack time. I'll have to put them up on the other screen here when we go up. There you go. You can kind of see there's
they've got little burgers and fries on them. So
yeah, they're my snacks.
Too adorable.
Since I'm not eating that, right?
Someone totally planned that well.
Right?
So yesterday, I just have to say to them what I said to you. So yesterday, she had on blue and I had on red. Today I put on blue and she put on red.
Yeah.
We did not plan this.
No.
Just so you we keep joking that we're going to have uniforms. So, on Monday you're supposed to wear this color and on Tuesdays you're supposed to wear this color. And
But only select people are going to know, not everyone.
Not everybody. It's going to be a secret.
That way it'll look like we randomly planned it. I did not change the bobbin. We might need to do that.
Maybe.
Is there some in that drawer? Oh, we turned it. I think I did that. I'm sorry. All right. So if you are joining us this morning, we're doing the Kimberbell fill in the blank, or fit bee as we like to call it. And this morning's class is
cover you up.
Small fry. This is so cute.
It is really cute, and it speaks to me.
Yeah, of course it does.
Of course it does. Right?
If you're McDonald's
Why didn't I have this 20 years ago?
Right? Your kids would have
My
totally
kids
rocked
would have
that.
been totally rocking it.
Yeah, that would have been so cute. So we are, I know this has been probably I would say not that Kimberbell is controversial, but like this one feels like it has been the
talked about,
the one that's talked about the most, and maybe not for all of the right reasons. So, I get it. A lot of people are like, yeah, I don't have
a little one.
Little one.
So, pay it forward.
Yeah.
If you don't have somebody, donate it.
Right.
Give it to your neighbor or, the one you don't like.
Right.
Make good things come of it.
Yeah, good karma, right?
Good karma,
Right.
absolutely.
Or, Gene has, he's got a little granddaughter, so everybody could just donate and then she could have like a
whole wardrobe.
A wardrobe.
That's all she'll wear.
Is Small Fry.
That's all she'll wear.
Yeah.
She'll be known as Small Fry.
Right. She needs a name.
She needs a name.
She needs a nickname.
Well, she has a name.
I mean,
she needs a nickname.
Yeah.
She'll be known as Small Fry forever.
Forever. Right.
Ever
right.
and ever. That would be absolutely hilarious.
I know.
What do you think Kevin would think of that?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. He'll never watch this.
Kevin would probably think it's funny. I'm not sure what Ashley would think of that.
Oh, all right. Don't say it.
I hear she changes the baby's outfit multiple times a day.
Yes, kind of like a doll. I think she's really excited about it.
She's very excited about having a little girl that she gets to put multiple cute outfits on.
That's cool. I mean, everybody says that the first kid is different. And so if they end up having more than one kid, they definitely
they won't do that with baby number 2.
I wouldn't think so. Most people are too frazzled by the time kid number 2 comes along.
We don't have time.
Right.
Because you're chasing 2 kids instead of one. And it's very different.
I think most of the moms that I know that have more than one kid and they're little, they're lucky if the kids have clothes on. And if they have clothes on.
So when I had baby number 2, you guys have met Caitlin, she has Downs. And we had her in therapy from very, very early on.
Yeah.
It was just, whether it was occupational, speech.
Right.
You wouldn't think speech therapy started that young, but it actually does. They
Sure.
they have lots of things that they do. And they actually would come to the house.
Yeah.
And I went back to work.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the days that the therapist would come to the house was the day that Jeff was home, my husband. And they always knew it was daddy day because the kids were always naked. They'd be running around in diapers and they're like, oh, it's daddy day. No clothes on the kids. So
yeah.
It was never dull. So.
Yeah. I have a friend who had tried really hard to get pregnant and then did it by in vitro and ended up with triplets.
Did you see what my mom wrote?
Yeah. And she was one of those people who only wanted one kid, and then she had three. And dad was the one who had it together, but mom wasn't. And every time I would go over there, she would be like, I don't even know which one's which. And I was like, okay. I felt really bad. But I did kind of laugh a little bit.
After you left?
Sometimes with her.
Oh, okay.
Laughing helped her not cry.
There were a few crying moments.
Of course.
I mean, that's kind of goes with
this
the
is
gig.
a big responsibility,
It goes
right?
with the gig, yeah, but yeah.
I can only imagine.
I think this would be really cute on a little dog.
Yeah,
Mom.
yeah. Lisa's mom said she saw this on a cute little dog. You know, like sometimes they put onesies on like dogs and cats, like who maybe have some disabilities. So you could donate it to
absolutely.
Like
or dogs
shelter.
that wear diapers.
Yeah.
This would hold those little pads in place.
That's right.
Maybe I should do that.
You should do that.
I hate my dogs some days.
Okay, all right. So
let's not get me on that, man, because that will take a long time.
Oh, we might never get onto our project. Okay.
We might not, and we don't want to keep you guys. So
I'm glad that's not on the big screen. I keep kicking it this morning.
Okay.
Like kicking
Don't
it old
do
school
that.
over here.
Kicking it.
All
Okay.
right.
So this prep stuff. We've got a 4x4 hoop, and we have a sticky water soluble in our hoop. So the only thing that's really heavy in the stitches is going to be the letters.
Yeah.
So the onesies are actually a really nice quality onesie.
A nice
they
feel
have
to them.
You can pick up onesies in like 3 packs and whatever, but they're super thin. These are not. These are very, very good quality onesies. I was very pleased when I opened them the first time. I gave these as gifts at a family baby shower, and I used, I don't remember the name of it. Why can't I remember the name of it? Whatever the baby one is.
The snarky one?
No.
Oh, the old baby. Wasn't there like baby appliques or something?
There's a new one. It came out right when the onesies came out. But anyway, I use those. Snuggle is real.
The
snuggle is real. I used that one. And I made some cute things, and then I found some other nicer pieces, not just the 10-pack of really thin things you wouldn't hold a sneeze in. That I did like Mama's Boy down the. It was just some cute little stuff, but I was very impressed with the quality of the actual onesie, the way that it actually feels and whatnot. It's actually got some thickness to it, which is really, really nice. So, and they were really easy to put together. It's just shoot up that side seam when you're done, and you're done. Yeah. And you're done. There you go.
That's nice. Yes.
So, prep. First thing we're going to do is put stabilizer and hoop. We're going to score that and then remove the paper. I'll do that in just a second. Y'all don't need to see that.
Hoop that with the shiny side up so
that
you get sticky. And then if you were following along in your instructions here on page number 4, it's going to tell you to
turn the little guy
inside
out so that you are seeing the actual
wrong side.
You'll see the tag. That's the side you want to see. The tag is printed right on. It's not a loose tag, which I also love. So that's the side that you're going to see. And then you are going to fold that so that you no longer see the tag, and you have it in half with now the front side being the inside of the front being on the top.
Yeah. So your tag was on top and you folded
that
over.
over.
Yes.
And now you can see that back in there, and you're going to have it long ways that in half. Make sure you match up your seams so that you are actually in half and you're not crooked, because this is how we're going to put it inside of the hoop.
Yes.
So once you have that, go ahead and I'm going to start scoring.
Then you are going to measure down 5 inches from the top of the bodysuit. And so when they're talking about measuring 5 inches, they're talking about from the top up here, not this piece right here, the top here. 5 inches down, and then they suggest that you put a pin in there. Honestly, I just took my 5-inch ruler to the ironing mat, put it on the 5-inch, and then just folded it up on top of that.
Yeah, I don't do the pin thing.
So I always put the pin in the wrong place anyway, so it's either above or below, and so anyways, but that's basically what you're gonna do, and then you're gonna press. because the first design, so there's two designs. There is a centering stitch, and then there is the small fry design. So you are going to load the centering stitch first, and Lisa is scoring the stabilizer right now, and we will get that in the machine. So make sure your onesie is pressed.
Sticky.
Yes, and then you've got your stabilizer in. It's down. There we go. And your hoop is on your machine. And
Sticky.
we have the first part of the design loaded. What is our first color of thread that we're going to
was going to
using?
just ask you the same thing. Did you?
I did
It
not.
looks like fries are first.
Fries are first, so let's put gold in there. So we're just going to put gold in there so that we don't have to change that later.
So, and in prep, we do have the kits available. They are all ready, put together. You're going to receive yellow fabric for the fries. The accent piece is what color is this? Aqua something.
Turquoise or aqua?
I don't remember what it's called, but this color, it's a good morning.
Yes.
It's this color in leather, and then the red for the fry box itself. In leather as well, and then a piece of flexi foam. The flexi foam is going to go underneath the fries in themselves. I did starch and press this so that it'll be a little bit easier to cut when we actually put it into the project.
All right. If the screen went blank a minute.
Sorry about that.
So sorry.
We're back.
That is all I was trying to do was switch the cameras.
I'm like superbly sticky.
I'm sorry.
That's really good stabilizer.
It's really good stabilizer. This is the Kimberbell stabilizer.
You can even see it's like
I can.
grabbing everything.
All right, I'm going to give you this.
Okay. I'm trying to get unsticky.
There we go.
All right.
And you can see that we have the design in the hoop here. And I'm just going to start it. And this is that centering.
Just making sure I'm going the right way. Always cracks me up that.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
And now we are going to try very hard to put this in the line. Now, I know that the line is hard to see because we did it in yellow, but there is a crosshair
There's
there.
that crosshair that's going right there. As you can see it actually a little bit in there. So I'm going to take and place our onesie literally right inside of that, in that bottom left-hand corner. How'd I do on that side?
Looks good.
I think I'm good there.
Looks good.
So I'm going to try to do this right inside here. Normally I would take this out, but we only have the two cameras, so I want you guys to be able to see this. So once I have that, I am going to push so that that bottom piece stays in there. And then I'm going to open it to the top. And try not to unthread my machine. And then I am going to place that right along that line. Make sure that I stay straight. And then I'm going to press so that everything is staying straight right along there. So that crosshair is there to give us that alignment of where I want my design. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I only want that front piece. So notice that I opened the onesie, and the only part that I am pressing over is the front of the onesie. The rest of this, I am going to move out of my way. So if you are following along in the directions, and I'm going to smooth out, I got a little, actually feels like there's something underneath in there. I don't know what it is. It's probably on the machine. I'm like, what is that? There's something there. All right. So you can take this section over here and pin it. You can wonder clip it, whatever it is that you have available to you just to keep it together. Don't do anything that's going to hinder the running of the machine. So don't put anything that's going to get caught anywhere else. Just make sure that your piece isn't going to flop over inside. So I think I can probably wind that a little bit more.
Is the bigger one better choice?
Yeah, I think the one is going to work. Okay. All right. So now I have kind of that opening. Because this is not sewn shut, I have a really easy stitch.
Right.
If it wasn't, I would be fussing quite a bit through either
trying
the top
to-
or the bottom of this onesie. But because these are blanks, this isn't sealed shut yet. That's why this is so easy. So I just have all my excess clipped over here.
Morning, Dad.
Just making sure I've got everything out of the top because we opened it a little weird.
Yeah, and this is one of those designs, even though it's open on the side seam, you definitely are going to want to babysit it. So you're going to want to pay attention to make sure that your Wonder Clip doesn't slide over inside of the hoop or something like that. So you definitely wouldn't want to go for a bike ride while you're doing this.
Oh,
one.
no bike riding. I'm going to turn this the other way.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll stay out of it.
All right.
Okay.
Should we start?
So we should totally start.
Okay.
So once we have that, if you are following along in your directions, we are going to move to page 6. And basically we're going to get the placement line for the foam itself.
It's not just me.
Oh, that's small.
Were you picturing it bigger?
Yep. That's going to be fun. All right. So I am going to,
Probably can just skip
I
it.
can just go ahead
It's plenty big enough. Yeah.
and we are just going to cover up those stitches completely with our foam. And I'm sure you guys are not surprised at all. I'm just going to hold that in place. In the directions, of course, it does tell you to take that in place. Since I'm going to babysit it anyways, that's just one more step that I don't need to do. Because this is a construction piece and we want to make sure that stays in place, it's going to go around there twice. Once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and slide that out and I'm going to scooch that over here and I'm going to trim that as close as I can and then we'll add the fabric.
Okay.
This is the hard part, not ripping everything out.
Right.
Every time you take it in and out
So
of
Lisa's going to take this over to the side over there and she is going to trim.
But you can still see me today.
You can still see her today, yeah. So this is the part you are going to trim as close as you possibly can get to the stitching without going through the actual stitches. This is the part that's going to take the longest. It's always the trimming part of the applique. We've done trimming on camera several times. So if you need to review that, you can go back and look at one of our other videos. However, this one is tiny, so you're going to definitely take your time because in between those little French fries, it's going to take just a second.
And for all of you who try to save, there's nothing you're going to do with this.
No.
So rather than try to fight the excess pieces, get rid of, as you come around, get rid of it so that it's not in your way. Literally clip off that and throw it away so that it's not in your way so you can see what you're doing as you come around those corners.
Absolutely. And so if you didn't already thread your machine with yellow thread, if you had something else in there, now would be a good time to thread your machine and then get yourself trimmed, because the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be placing the yellow for the French fries. That's going to be the next fabric that is going to go on top. Really
2 fries done.
2 fries.
Working on 3. And I'm using the double curve and I'm literally like rotating as I go in, and it's working really, really well to get in between those fries. And now we have to have French fries for lunch. No, we don't.
So how many of you guys are anxiously awaiting the new Bella box? Like I said, that was pretty funny this morning as I was looking at Facebook and my Kimberbell feed. It was just, it's not
Blowing
released
up.
yet. It's not released yet. So I don't know if it's come out since 9 o'clock. It hadn't before 9 o'clock.
Well, you know, they're a different time frame than we are too.
Right.
So
I don't know exactly what time it is, but it is supposed to come out today.
Today.
So if you watched us, I know some of everybody, I don't know everybody who's watching. The people who have commented already are regular people. Some of you learned about the Bella box from us. Some of you did not, but there is a new one coming up. Lisa and I will be doing a stitch along with that as well because we have to buy it as well. It looks super cute.
okay,
this
we don't
time.
have to buy it, but we're
going to. Yes. Yeah. So someone asked, what is a Bella box? You're actually going to have to go to the Kimberbell website to see what the Bella box is. It is something that is, I wonder if we had our affiliate link, if that would have counted.
Yeah, I wondered that too.
So anyways, there is a special curated box that comes from Kimberbell, and they put out a couple of them a year, and they're just fun.
Exclusive projects.
Yeah, they're exclusive to this particular box, and the boxes are not sold in stores. It comes directly from Kimberbell. Sometimes you have to wait a really long time. It says that the shipping will begin at the end of this month. So, but there are 6 really cute designs that you get to download right after you
I think I've
purchase
got everything
the box.
I can get. And I'm starting to see, is that fuzz or is that a line? Is that white or is that...
All right. So let's see if I can do this without losing camera today.
Let's try that. That would be
Here
a
we
good
go.
thing to do.
I think the problem is I don't have a mouse pad over here.
That probably doesn't help.
No.
All right. So we've got this fantastic yellow. We are just going to place right over top of our foam. That might help.
Maybe.
And maybe not.
Right.
And once we have that, it's going to simply tack that in place.
You can kind of already see the dimension. It's kind of puffing around
It
the foot
puffs
a little
right
bit.
in there.
Kind of looks like a cactus.
Yeah.
Until we get the fry parts underneath. Then it won't look like a cactus anymore.
Oh, that was probably the placement line. I got antsy. Sorry. We'll do that one more time.
So don't do that. Placement line first.
Placement line first. We'll just have a really good tack down.
Yeah. Our tack down.
We'll have 3 tack downs. So if you missed that, I didn't let it stitch me a placement line because I was using the foam, but there's actually a placement line in there. So I jumped the gun a little. So now I get to trim again. I was so excited that I get to trim again. That was my excitement there. And then once I have that, we'll do the red. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and Sarah's going to change and put red thread in.
Super exciting for everybody.
I know you guys are like enthralled over there because this is like crazy new. You guys have never seen these
You've
things.
never seen
this stuff happen before, right?
Oh, but yeah, so here we are. We picked red. I wonder if anybody wants to know the colors that we're using. So we're using exquisite thread, and the yellow that we used was ES 602, and the red that I'm using, exquisite ES 266, just in case you want to know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
I'm ahead too.
You're ahead.
I need to stop and let you read the directions.
Okay.
We have a decorative fry outline.
We do. Okay, so ignore. Let's just let Lisa have control over the directions. All right. So backing up now, we have. Here's what we've done.
At least I caught it before we put
This
red
is
there.
true, because those would have been. They would have had ketchup on them.
They would have been ketchup fries.
All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to do your placement line. So once you have your placement line, you're going to stick your bodysuit on the placement line, making sure that you are stitching on the right side of the fabric. Then the very first stitch out is going to be the flexi foam for the French fries. So we did the flexi foam stitch out. We placed the foam on top. We did a stitch out, and then we took that off of the machine and we trimmed around that. Then you put it back in the machine and you don't do what we did. So you put it back in the machine and you let it do a stitch out, which is your placement for your yellow fabric. Once you have done the placement for your yellow fabric, you place the yellow fabric over top of it and you do the tack down stitch. That is where we just left off, the tack down stitch. Lisa has gone ahead and she is trimming the fabric right around those French fries right now. And I am rethreading with yellow thread again because we need to
I'm just keeping you on your toes.
She is. Now we're going to do the decorative stitching on the fries. So if you are trying to follow along with the instructions, I am on page 7 and we are on step number 4. It says stitch the fries decorative outline, which happens to be their step 5. So that's what we are getting ready to do as soon as she's finished trimming.
Which I am.
Ta-da!
Sorry, guys. This is why I stitch at night, not in the morning.
All right. So now we're going to do that decorative stitching. And once we are done with the decorative stitching, I'm going to change the thread to red and we'll do the placement line for the French fry box. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little candle making stitch.
As I'm cutting, I'm like, this is just a big mesh of, oh, there's supposed to be another color in here.
You got like caffeine in there as a wake up juju?
That's my water. No. Maybe I should make a Starbucks run today.
There you go.
Maybe I need some caffeine.
Caffeine.
I don't remember last time I had caffeine, so maybe that's what I need.
This is really cute.
Yes, it is.
We'll have to give them a little close up of what the stitching looks like when we're done.
Absolutely.
It's funny, we keep trying different angles. I keep trying different angles for the visual here. I think the bigger picture is probably better so that they can see what's going on, but you don't quite see the details.
You don't see the detail of the stitch. So
we'll show you. I don't have my microphone on today. I wonder if anybody can, obviously, no one has said they can't hear me, so I wonder if these things actually work. Oh. So, here we are. Are you checking on the Bella box for us?
I am. Don't see anything. Don't see anything yet. Carolyn's shaking her head. She's like, no.
We're all waiting. We'll post on Facebook when it's live, when we hear. It's live, it's live.
Huh? Yeah, they're in mountain time, so it's
Yeah,
definitely a
couple
different
hours behind us. All right, so that is done. And we're going to rethread with red thread. And while Lisa is doing the threading there, I'm going to just slide this out a little bit so that I can show you guys the cute stitching on here. Whoa, sorry. Look how cute. They're like tiny little candle wicking stitches. Super cute. But oh, I have the red. Am I? Right in front of you. Sorry, it's hard to get good help around here.
She's like, you're gonna rethread. Okay, I would be happy to if I can get to it.
Details.
It's the little things in life.
I know. All right, so we'll make sure we got that right back in the same place. Woo, goodness, everybody's gonna get seasick this week with this. That's probably somebody calling to ask what the Bella box is and how they can order it. We wish we could order it for you.
Yeah, we do. Can you?
I can. This is so much more fun to sew like this than it is to sew at home by myself.
I actually really agree with that. And
All right.
it's certainly a joy to sew with all of you, but the camera in the way definitely lessens the joy. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's always in the wrong spot.
It is definitely in the wrong spot. I'm gonna snip that little guy before we bury it.
Okay.
And then can't snip it. It kind of did itself, didn't it?
It did. All right. So that is our fry box placement line. And at home, if you need to tape this, please feel free. Lisa's just going to put her fingers in there. She lives dangerously.
How fast can you open a fry box?
Right?
How fast can you stitch a fry box?
I don't know. I can eat some fries pretty quick, though.
I am the crispy fry girl.
You're the crispy fry girl?
Yep, I like to cook mine at least 1.5 to 2 times in the fryer.
I like the soggy fries.
You like them soggy?
I do.
I can't handle this. If they're really hot, I'm always like, did you pull these early? Always like, these aren't done, are they? You didn't want to wait. I'm holding up your line, so you pulled them early, didn't you? I judge.
You judge. It's okay.
Judge.
They don't know.
2.5 minutes. They should have planned ahead.
They should have planned ahead. All right. So you saw we did the stitching line for the small fry box. That was the French fry box placement line. That was number 5. And then we placed the leather on top of that. And that was number 6 in your instructions. Again, we're still on page 7. We did the tack down. So that is number 7. Lisa is doing number 8 right now. She is trimming close to the stitch line.
Yes.
So let's talk about this trimming of the leather. We talk about this a lot. Slow, smooth stitches, cuts, because there is that white outline around the outside edge of this. And I know some of you have talked about your disdain towards the white edge a little bit, but some of it also has to do with the angle that you're holding your scissors. If you angle it a certain way, then the white is a little less noticeable. But trim it once, try to trim accurately, because the more trimming you do tends to make it look worse. So try to do your best at first. We still have red thread in because we need to go ahead and do the decorative stitching, which is going to be the last thing on page 9. I'm sorry, the last step, number 9 on page 7.
Just surprised there's not usually decorative stitching on leather.
But there is this time.
But there is.
Yep.
Rock and roll.
All right.
I trimmed really close this time.
I see that. Looks like it's more candle making. Probably because it's a kid's shirt. Maybe they felt like
they needed the edge so that they don't pick at it.
Yeah.
That actually makes really good sense. So did you give them that color?
I did.
Okay. This is super cute.
It is really cute.
I repeat, why didn't I not have this 20 years ago?
I know, right? Turn Kimberbell. I always feel like I'm late.
Late to the party?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like all the cool tools came out when David and I stopped doing construction.
I'm just double checking that I didn't, get a part of the shirt under the hoop, or because unfortunately we've all done that.
Yeah. Is the leather washable? Will it hold up to many washings? Well, I don't think either of us have actually washed it a bunch of times.
It does say right on it that it is machine washable. I can't imagine that they would put it on a baby onesie and not be many time washable, because
that wouldn't make sense.
That wouldn't make any sense, because
No.
God knows my kids made messes of everything that they war.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So next we need to change the thread color to our blue, and this is ES 903. Again, this is exquisite thread, ES 903. And this is the color that we like that matches this like robin's egg blue.
that's what it's called.
Robin's. Oh,
It's
look at
robin's
that.
egg blue.
Woo! This color.
It literally like
It's
pegs
perfect.
right on. It's perfect for this leather. And little tip for thread, if you didn't know, the exquisite have a pop out on the bottom of their thread that you can put your tails in to store so they don't go all over your thread drawers.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
We get asked that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said that.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to stitch the placement line
I missed.
for this. That happens sometimes.
Hey, Carolyn, can you check the temperature? It's super hot over here.
All right. So now we are going to stitch this.
Completely cover that. Yep.
And push the button again.
All I need is an M in the middle of that.
Right? I think you're going to get a heart.
That's fair. All right. I just need to trim that real quick.
There is no decorative stitch around.
That is the decorative stitch.
Yeah, around this leather.
So you can see there's a cute little
Heart.
swirly heart in there.
And we are going to keep the same color for our letters. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So if you are not, if you don't want to keep the same color for your small fry letters, you could change right now. That would be a great time to do that after you do that. We are going to keep this same one,
This
which is,
way oversized.
yeah, ES 903. Is it? Sometimes I think it's a little easier to have a little bit more to grab onto than a little
Yeah.
less, though. Sometimes I try to smush it over to the top and to the corner, and then I regret it because it's so close I can't really trim it well. Is there a trick to trimming leather on top of leather?
Carefully.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no. You just have to go. I mean, I think Lisa and I both agree that the trick is your scissors. So making sure that you have a nice sharp pair of scissors is really helpful.
The direction that you're going is certainly, you know, so that you can see where you're cutting. Where
Yeah.
if you're cutting the wrong direction, you're kind of cutting blind.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, turn it maybe
Yeah.
if you're struggling. Flip it and try to cut in from. What's that? Angle your scissors. Yeah.
So that you're stitching out further on top.
Yep. Try not to dig into the leather underneath, which you can do depending
Yeah,
on your scissors.
don't turn them down so that the point is digging in, because you can scar it.
Yeah.
So try to keep flat and just rotate instead of push down.
Yeah.
But I think I'm pretty good there. You're if you have to go back and fuss with something, your microchip scissors that have that really fine point are going to be better.
Right.
So,
Again, just make sure you don't dig down.
let me see if I can get this. I don't know if I can. Nope.
Here.
We'll do it later.
Do later. Yeah, we'll
That's all right.
show close up of this once we are done stitching. Oops. All right. So now all we have left to do is the
cute little words that say small fry.
Yep. I think we should. Do we have a topper over here? I always regret it when we don't. So this is not part of the Kimberbell instructions, but these are kind of small letters. So what Lisa and I are going to do is we are going to, we're going to plop a little piece of the topper. This is probably the water soluble topper.
This is.
On top of here, just because it's going to make those letters sit up and stand out just a little bit better.
They won't sink inside of that nice, soft, cushy. And it's literally just sitting there.
Now, if you have a machine that has maybe a hopper foot instead of a glider foot, you might need to tack down
Tape
this
it or
because it might push that a little bit more. This foot on this machine glides.
hovers.
It just kind of hovers over top of it. So it doesn't tend to push at all.
That looks
And-
much better than it would have otherwise.
Yeah, and the stabilizer seems to be holding well enough. I was curious,
I don't see any-
sometimes you get little letters in
Pulling.
in the pulling, but it seems to be sitting flat. So if at home, if you do that first letter and you
start
realize-
seeing some pulling or some puckering around it,
Yeah.
stop and throw some tearaway underneath.
Exactly. Something that's a little bit stiffer so that it will help prevent that from pulling in. But this is pretty sticky, so that definitely helps.
Yep. But that tunneling, when you get into letters, is the concern. And that's the only spot on this design that concerned me with just having that water soluble on there. So if you are at home and for whatever reason yours, you start to see that pulling around that, just push stop, pull the needle out,
Yeah, cut the thread. Yeah.
cut the thread, and then just tuck a little rectangle of tearaway underneath where that letter is stitching.
Yep. It's really cute.
It is.
Really, really cute.
My kids would have rocked this back 20 years ago.
Do you think you should give them that now, just as a funny gift?
Maybe.
Yeah. Might have to make it a little bit bigger, unless it's big, like a left chest crust or something, or right chest or something.
Supersized.
Super size. Yeah, I'm all grown up now. No longer small fry.
No longer small fry. And I totally have the McDonald's logo digitized, so
Yeah.
I can totally put that in the middle.
Maybe
of the fry.
small fry, cross it out, and put large fry underneath it or something.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. It's always interesting to see like the little heart in the center, how they're stitching. I like to watch how the designs are stitched out so that when I'm digitizing I can I can remember, that was a circle with a little heart in there. That worked out really nice.
And how it transferred, the needle never came up.
It did,
So,
yeah.
yep.
It just moves around. That's why I always tell people, watch how designs are stitched out. That's how you learn to digitize. Is you just really pay attention.
Steal from other people.
Yeah,
That's how
pay
you do it.
attention
Absolutely.
To how other people.
I don't mean
do
steal.
It. No,
Learn from other people.
Right? Isn't that like a thing? Like if somebody has something that you want, learn from them or something. Isn't that like
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the right word.
It's the polite way to put it.
Yeah.
Wow, this turned out really, really cute and super easy. So obviously this is on a onesie, but I have a very adorable picture of my son he's definitely not a year old when he's eating his first small fry, and he's got the bag of fries, not a box, a bag of fries in front of him, and he's shoving them in his mouth, and there's fries all over the car seat.
Yeah.
That this would be so cute for, but you could have these on any, it doesn't have to be on a onesie. I
Right.
guess is it could be on anything. And kids love fries.
They do.
So
All right.
this
I'm gonna
would be a super,
switch this over, and we're gonna cover this
so you can move
so
it.
I can move it back so that everybody can see. Yeah. There we go. And I think that should get us far enough away. Yeah.
All right.
There. That's perfect.
Which way am I going?
There we go.
Angles are hard for me.
Right.
All right. So there's the letters. You guys can see how it is literally sitting up right on that. And this is just going to tear away. So, and it's a water soluble. So I don't have to deal with any of that. when first time we wash it, any excess is just going to go away.
Yep.
Which is really, really great. So you can see it's not sinking in. It's sitting right up on top.
And it didn't tunnel.
And it didn't tunnel. So
Yeah,
look,
and look
at
at
how
those.
cute
They're
those
so
fries
cute.
are. Just adorable. Like I said, now I want fries.
Now you need fries.
Now
yeah.
I need fries.
Yeah,
But how
so
adorable
cute.
is that? And that little heart inside of that is just so, so adorable.
Yep.
Very easy and straightforward design. It's just where you want to put it.
Yeah.
So again, if you don't have someone to give these to, you can donate them, stitch something on them. If you don't want to waste the leather on this project, if you know you aren't going to give it to somebody, go ahead and keep it for something that you could use.
Right.
And then put something cute and donate them to the Salvation Army,
Mhm.
to the hospital. The hospital has lots of kids that need things.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I don't know the rules.
Right.
Unfortunately, I don't have all of that information.
Right.
The Ronald McDonald House, speaking of McDonald's,
Mhm.
is a fantastic place. They take all kinds of stuff there too.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of kids there that need a lot of things.
Yep.
So speaking of
Right.
fries,
Right.
um,
Women's shelters, all
women-
kinds of places.
there's a lot of places.
Yep.
So if this is not something that you need, just pay it forward and
Right.
find some place that does.
Mhm.
So,
And if you really love this, you know, we had a customer once who said she used to go to the Salvation Army and buy clothes and bring them home and embroider on them and then donate, them back. You know, that's a really cute thing to do too. So, you know, maybe if you really like this, but again, you don't have anybody that you can
Right.
give it to, and it doesn't have to be out of leather. It could be regular fabric too. It would still
Absolutely.
be just as cute.
Yep. The
but
only part of this that doesn't have edge stitching is that tag across the fry box.
Right. You could use a piece of felt, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that color. You know, it could be
No.
black or white or any other color.
And quite frankly, you could stitch that decorative piece
Mhm.
out of a really colorful thread and not even put fabric there,
Exactly.
so that there's no raw edge.
Yeah.
If you wanted to skip that fabric because there's no
Yeah. because of the
edging
on
stitch,
there.
that kind of thing. So there's lots of options.
Absolutely.
But or if you've got a friend that does and you don't want to stitch them, give them to the friend.
Absolutely.
But we have them here. They're available in multiple sizes. They're available in multiple colors. So this is the gray stripe. The package that you'll get has two in them. There's a gray polka dot, and then there's the gray stripe, and then
Or
there's a
the
peach.
Yep.
That has the same. So there's a stripe and a polka dot in each package. They're available in 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 9, 6 to 9, and 9 to 12.
Mhm.
So you pick what size you want.
Or
and
if
then
you don't
what color?
care, we'll pick for you.
Right. So, but they're all very easy because of that side seam.
Yes.
It's super easy to stitch on. And then literally it's just one seam that you're sewing
Mhm.
together. You
Yeah.
flip them inside
I don't
out.
think we need to show you how to do the actual stitching part, but we can certainly show you once you take this out. You would basically just be literally, you can see.
Yep.
Here's
It's
your
literally
seam.
just the arm seam and then down the side body seam. One seam, whoop,
Yep.
and you're done.
Yeah.
You just match up that armpit seam to the back armpit seam,
Yep.
and
and just
and
do
go.
that. Yep. And I'm still attached to the hoop, so it's
it's a
pulling
little
bit.
awkward at the
But
moment.
yeah,
But
you just
literally
sew
you're
that.
just sewing one seam shut.
That's right. The edges are already serged, so you don't have to worry about that.
Nope.
But
Very, very easy.
yeah.
And such a beautiful gift. And like I said, they're very good quality onesies. And we do have them here in the shop on an average day.
Mhm.
So if you find, oh wow, this is great, and they are such a great gift,
Yeah.
you can certainly come and get more if you would like. But we do have them here. Hopefully you got the email yesterday with the actual instructions and the files themselves. And come on in, pick them up. The kits are only $5. They have the foam, the 2 pieces of leather, and the yellow fabric.
Mhm.
And make this adorable project.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
what we've got for you. So less than an hour. Go
Yeah.
us.
So Marilyn asked really quickly, is there a product to put on the back so stitches don't scratch? Yep. And she does recommend that you put a piece of Kimberbell backing, Kimberbell, Floriani, OESD, Baby Lock. They all make something
They
that
all
you
make
can put on
something.
the back
Yep.
of it. we carry a variety of different choices. Yeah, Mary says in a
Yeah,
pinch you can
absolutely.
use
If you
fusible
don't have
no-show
any of
mesh.
those, just something that you can cover those up with. That's
Yeah.
going to be a fusible.
The fusible on the backings is probably a little more strong than the fusible on a no-show mesh.
Mhm.
So the no-show mesh might
Through washings, it's going to wear off faster.
faster.
And of course, the other side isn't as soft as the ones that are intended to do that.
Right.
But like the soft stitch from Baby Lock, it's like $11 or $12 for the whole roll.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what it's intended for.
Yep.
And so it's very inexpensive. And if that's what the plan is, and I've used that for non-babies.
Yeah.
I use that for my own face.
Yes. Bigger adults.
Bigger
Sometimes.
adults.
Yes.
Bigger babies.
Bigger babies. My husband hates to have anything underneath that scratches him. So.
Well, I've put it on the inside of my masks because my skin was getting just so.
Yes.
I was just getting irritated skin, like it was terrible. So I cut it infused and put it on the inside of my masks because, first of all, it gave it another layer, so I was protecting more.
Yes.
And second, it was nice and soft. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
So, but yeah, there's lots of options for that. And certainly with little ones, it's nice to have that. So,
Absolutely.
you guys have questions, let us know. If you have a blank here, they're ready and available. The kits are cut and ready to go home. So come on in whenever is convenient for you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.